We are doing some kind of editing tutorial today. Some kind of editing tutorial? That is the name of the video, is some kind of editing tutorial. Maybe if I learn how to talk. Okay, so here's our star Raymond. Let's dive into my project here. Where everything is in this window. If you're in a Adobe Premiere, it will say project, and this is where the world lives. I'm hitting these amazing shortcuts, and I hope you guys are with me, because I might not dive into everything that happens, and you're gonna be like, wow, he's like a magician on Adobe Premiere, and you would be correct if you just click the tilde button when you're clicked on a certain window. Full screen. That makes it go full screen. Okay, so here we are in my project window. I'm slightly organized. Obviously, we haven't shot everything yet, so I started going through the scenes, and I have some edits here. Let's see, 3 edits. And these just have the sequences of my edits in here. This doesn't have the actual footage. If you come down here, I have some footage in Media Sync, which is basically organized by day, because that's how we shot it. And it's synced here, and I think I just took that and have organized it. And the way I sync is I use pluralize, so I don't necessarily have to have everything numbered correctly while shooting, as long as, you know, we have distinctive sounds that match the sound on the camera and the sound that the sound mixer is recording. That doesn't mean you shouldn't slate. I like to slate. I think we have slated maybe over 50% of the shoot so far. It's generally not a problem unless you start getting a lot of footage and then you get a little lost. It's nice to hear on the very first frame, or see on the very first frame, the slate, and know exactly where that take goes. That's a nice thing. Alright, so what I do here is, since I said I sync and pluralize, which means I'm just dumping all the day's footage and all the day's audio right on the timeline. So yeah, so you just add, you're just like boom, 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 pull your footage, it'll make a folder, pull your audio, it'll do this, pull another folder, audio, there's Jane, there's Bob, this can be Brittany, okay, and then they're all down here, sync button, and then it goes and boom, the movie's done, and you export it, and then you get millions of views. No, this actually just syncs the footage for you. You hit the export timeline button. I'm using Premiere. I hit the export button. It will go somewhere. That file is now on my computer unnecessarily, because I did this a long time ago. You can either right click and show in Finder, it takes you right to it. I also like just to drag this directly, I'm not gonna do it, into Premiere, and then it will just make a little folder that you can rename. Okay, in this full screen thing, I'm running out of breath. Calm down. It's just a YouTube video, man. Chill, just gotta chill. Tilde. And then you'll see that I am in like this crazy double track mode right now. That is because, like I said, the way that I shoot is we just shoot straight. So this is just the day straight. So it's not even technically in order for the scene. I know for a fact that like some shots of the dog are right here, and that's gonna go first because you really can't see it. The dog, he's hidden right there. He's hidden right in there. And so I just throw this all here. Now what you could do, maybe you were sending this off to another editor, or I need some more water. Now I'm losing my voice. Coffee works. That's gonna make my teeth nice and brown. Do some post-editing whitening. And you could actually make these into subclips, connecting these video files with these audio files. Because down here, this is the good audio, and this audio is just the audio straight from the camcorder. It's not usable. Just for syncing. But yeah, you can come in here and you can make these subclips, and you would reorganize yourself, and so each file, this would be together. This would more look like this. This would be one file. And then every file would look more like that, and that would be nice. But we're gonna skip that step because it's only short, and I can see what's going on here. This is what I like. So now, instead of that way, now I have had my edit sequence down here and my footage sequence up here, and I'm working on Dana's house edit, which I don't even remember what scene that is. Doesn't matter. And I'm just slowly starting to build it. The dog looks at the lens in this take.
Is this hilarious to me? Let's see it, mommy.
Right there, right there. Did you see it? Did you see it? He flashed the camera. Oh, it's annoying, because every other part of that is good. So I'll just pull down and actually kind of come into here and just make little cuts with my shortcuts. Right now it's Shift A, cut the whole thing through, as long as I'm not selecting on anything. That, and then I can just go boop, 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 copy, and I can bring down here, Command Shift V. These are my own shortcuts. They're not really my own. I got a lot of my shortcuts from the editor from Saturday Night Live that does the digital shorts. I cannot remember his name right now. He had some kind of editing workshop. It's also kind of built off the way I used to originally edit when I used to only edit Beardy Boys, and that was just super fast. So I kind of like made editing easier with my shortcuts. So I just go cut, delete, cut, delete, cut, delete, cut, delete, and that's how I do rough drafts real quick. I'm just like cut, delete, cut, delete. It's cool. I can get the junk out real quick. I'm really not trying. Okay. Right. So that's how I started off. As you can see, it says Dana House Edit 1, and once I kind of got like obviously way further than this, I would be like, okay. Or when I did something major, when I like really was like, okay, that was way different than I did in the last minute. You know, I'll do a save. I'm gonna come up to my project window. There's a lot of stuff going on, so I can't even see where Dana House Edit 1 is up in there. Up in there. So I'm gonna right click, then hit down to reveal. It's a very magical word to use, Adobe. Reveal sequence and project, and bam. Now I can duplicate by right clicking. We'll change the name of this. Hit 2, double click, and then continue editing. Usually I like to X out my original edit, because if you don't, sometimes I'll end up bouncing back in. I'll do some edits, and then I'll go in there and do some edits, and now I have like a combination. And that's the worst thing you want to do. That ruins everything. It ruins the whole system. So you would exit out. But I'm not going to exit out. I'm going to exit out 2. I'm going to delete this because I don't need it. Just to show what I was talking about. I'm going to show you previous. Boom. Magic button. Alright, so this is edit 3 of this one. You see it's a little more built. It's still pretty dirty. I have like barely any audio edits. So anyways, I think the concept I was trying to say is if I continue to do that, I continue to work through from front to back, or if I'll focus on certain areas. And once I get to a certain point, I will continue that process and duplicate, and I will duplicate another sequence and do it again. And that's why I always do it on major changes, is sometimes you want to go back and you're like, that's not working. When did it work? At one point it felt better. I somehow got too far and it's not working anymore. You want to go back and find that area. It's very essential when you're working for clients and they have that opinion. Okay, okay, this is what I want to be like, so is there any questions? And obviously there's no responding. So there's no questions, so good night. Anyways, no, leave some questions in the comments below, or whatever they are, or wherever they are, and I'll maybe do another video, or I can just straight up answer them. Or, you know, maybe we can Skype, and then I'll, you know, sing you a song and not answer your question. So there's some organizational tips and some workflow tips that you guys could use, and like I said, this is like me half-assing it. Okay, what's a better word for half-ass that I could use? Because like I said, I want to get YouTube Kids, because that's where the sweet YouTube views are, you know. So I don't know, maybe I just put like a cute little thing in front of my face and beep it out. Okay.